Alright, awesome. We are ready to go, as it would seem. So, I welcome everyone that watches this, everyone that is going to watch this. I appreciate you watching this and or as my channel continues to grow, as I put more effort into it. So, generally speaking, every Thursday, every Friday. Today would be episode 5. I hope you all enjoy. So, when people come on in, I'll check out what... Well, technically, whatever the hell you guys kind of want me to check out, but you guys just have to kind of make mention, okay? So, that's the thing. So you guys just let me know what you guys like, and I'll probably cover it. I don't generally do the political stuff, but it's not something that I can't do. But if you guys want me to, you just gotta show up for it. So, that being said, trying to pull up my chat here. I cover other stuff too, so I got many chats I can see and or check stuff out. I did want to make mention here, so eventually, I mean, assuming that I don't get copyrighted to death, there is potential to turn this into a main job of sorts, podcasting and all that wonderful stuff. And beyond, I do have political ambitions and stuff like that, but that's outside of things. So, 223, I really kind of got it bumped up. I've probably literally doubled the subscription count in just a matter of, like a month and or... When I put effort into things, I put effort into things, so I've just been, like, throwing shorts out there like crazy. I had some recent ones that did really well that I didn't want to put out because they were political, because I can be boxed in, and I just don't like being boxed in. Can you believe it? And who would? Because the people that box in are very much a rare type of person, and they're very much on a very, very wide spectrum, but that wide spectrum is surrounding a majority middle of people that are normal and healthy, and I like those people. Alright, so but yeah, support the channel, feel free, and that wonderful stuff. Today I'll go through, mostly, I like to go through kind of like what's going on, news events, what I find interesting, what y'all find interesting. So, you know, recently the Acolyte, that's kind of been a big thing, and both sides are going to have a lot to say on it. They really are going to have a lot to say on it. Some are going to hate it, some are going to love it. As far as I'm concerned, it's a Star Wars. I'm a big fan of Tales of the Jedi. How Ahsoka was done was like really, really good. That was probably one of my favorites, if not the, after Disney was acquired. And you guys know I've gone into some George Lucas stuff, and there was this, you know, a couple weeks ago, you know, some of my videos blew up about George Lucas and whatnot, and his interpretation versus modern Disney Star Wars fan interpretation of the prequels and the original trilogy. But anyway, I guess this got a warning, full spoilers, so those that haven't watched it. Watching the 2-episode premiere of The Acolyte, it's odd that the show was ever sold as one not about twins walking opposite paths of the Force. It's not presented as a big reveal that... Is that Amanda? Oh, hey Kitsune, what's up, dude? You come to pop by. Excellent. That's actually good that you pop in before Mr., because Mr. will want me... Actually, then again, Mr. might be offended. I'm not sure. After I wouldn't bash the TRUMP supporters of like some event, he like left my chat last week, so he may be gone for good. I don't know. What are you up to? And while you do that in the chat, I'll keep this going. And let me know if you've heard of the Acolyte. the nerd that you are. It's not presented as a big reveal that Amanda Sternberg, I'm just going to say Amanda, honestly. I mean, maybe that's a typo. Is playing two separate characters as two separate characters. Given we simply meet sisters May and Asha, in consecutive scenes of the series premiere and quickly get the basics on their long separation. But Stenberg does a good job of instantly differentiating the two through her physicality, with the warm and open Osha, the polar opposite of the rigid and determined May. So here, May's introduction and her one-on-one fight with the Jedi Indara, which is played by Carrie Ann Moss, which I am excited. I am very excited. Is an exciting one. We've seen plenty of lightsaber duels in Star Wars, so having a Force wielder attack a Jedi armed only with throwing knives is a great way to mix things up. It also shows that the Jedi are as formidable without their trademark weapon, or just as formidable, I should say. Moss brings exactly the kind of attitude and physical prowess you'd expect after 4 Matrix movies. What's this? Let's go with no hidden fees? Oh, God, maybe that was better than the Google ad. Jesus Christ. Wonderfully conveying that what little effort it takes for Indara to block and dodge May's attacks. You know, the Force, you'd love it, Kitsune, because the Force is really, it's not just about lightsabers and stuff like that. Literally, Jedi, they have Force fields. They literally use the Force as shields. They are literally durable as hell. You could literally see, say like Darth Vader, you could literally see Darth Vader stand up against like Godzilla, and Godzilla could probably do his best atomic wave. And there's a good chance that, depending how powerful Darth Vader is at the time, that ain't doing anything. It's kind of funny. The Force, like, there's a lot to it. Which, again, goes into you, Kitsune, because you're a very technical dude. Alright, a similar fight between Sol, played by Lee Jung Jae, is that right? And May in the second episode is good too. But so far, this one is the highlight, and the way May triumphs, distracting Indara by throwing a knife at the bar owner, allowing her to strike a lethal blow with her second blade, feels darkly clever and believable. You said no wonder it's called the Force Field. FF. You smartass. We need more smartasses, though. So that's fine. So you've got a cool action and a solid setup here with May targeting 4 specific Jedi for reasons yet to be revealed. So this is kind of like, dare I say, like spaghetti western style, like old-fashioned Clint Eastwood movies where he's like gonna kill the bad guy because he was screwed over, or just any like western movie where that's happened. I mean, I like that kind of premise. So you got the main character going after 4 specific Jedi, and we don't know why. It's like, I like that. It's good. It's a little bit of it's a good change. But there's a lot of the Acolyte that also feels clunky when it comes to the specifics of the storytelling. I hope I'm saying this right, Jecki, played by Daphne Keane, suggests to Sol that May be the killer. He is adamant that she is dead, only to instantaneously believe Osha when she tells him it was May. Okay. Honestly, Jecki would have been justified yelling out, "Hello, I said the same thing and you blew me off." I can't believe that I just had to read that. Jesus. The Jedi Yord, played by Charlie Barnett, is shown to have a Padawan when we first meet him. But then when he's recruited for Sol's mission, she isn't mentioned at all. So are we not sure on the narrative? Is that what IGN is getting to here? This guy? Alright, but beyond those weird hiccups, there's the fact that the vibe, and by the way, that would be like a narrative issue. That kind of would be a narrative issue. But beyond those weird hiccups, there's the fact that the vibe isn't quite there. I mentioned in my non-spoiler review, maybe I should have read that one first, of the first 4 episodes, that the Acolyte often feels more like a Star Trek series. Oh, dude, are you trying to piss off Star Wars fans? Oh, geez, classic? Oh my god. Oh my god. This writer's starting to. Oh man, this writer's starting shit here. This is bad. I'm just kidding. I'm sure modern fans don't even give a shit. Specifically from the next generation era. Some say that's the best generation era. Okay. There's a big budget. I know I watched a lot of Next Generation growing up. I did. Oh my god. There's a big budget on display, but it looks visually inferior to a Star Wars movie. Damn. Not the first time that's been said about one of these Disney Plus shows, but it's more conspicuous here. Conspicuous. Also, a lot of the comedic banter tended to give these characters dimension falls flat. A quick rundown of eye-roll inducing lines from the first 2 episodes. Osha, joking. God, I wish I could watch this on YouTube, but then they would just be bastards. They may not like me saying that, calling them bastards, by the way. The first 2 episodes, Osha joking how her buddy, Philic? Did I get that right? Is disposable, but she's not. The double, we get from the 2, is it Nymordians? What the hell? And Asha actually doing a "Can you give me a hand?" question mark pun when asking for the detached droid limb that could free her from the cell of a prisoner transport ship. See what you say? You said right now I'm just pissed off that we have to pay full price on a mirror when every mirror we buy is used. We shouldn't have to pay for used item for full price. Every mirror has been looked into. I need more. I'm gonna need more context there. Like, is that like an inside work, outside work thing? That prison ship sequence is another that oddly undercuts itself. A tense, quintessentially Star Wars, how will she get out of this one situation with Osha stuck on a crashing ship with no escape pods left, only for her to survive the crash just fine? Ooh, plot armor. Kitsune, you know all about plot armor. You strive to not have plot armor. Alright. You are the anti-plot armor. Everything is a complex ball of every damn thing known to person. Or should I just say web? The Acolyte is better when it comes to world building. Ah, compliment. On a production design level, there's some fun to be had with the fact that story is taking place a century before the Skywalker saga. Okay, by the way, what the fuck is wrong with the Skywalker saga? Nothing. Nothing is wrong with the Skywalker saga. You don't beat a horse that's not dead. Unless it's like rabid. But even then, why would you beat it? Like, I don't... Anyway, and yes, they do still have hyperspeed and holograms and most of the familiar trappings we know. But the actual devices and consoles look larger and more unwieldy. They must be making fun of humanity as a whole. You know, bigger phones back in the days, you know, big suckers. Anyway. Big TVs, you name it. Kind of making fun of us, I guess. Like what happened in reality has to be a part of this. I don't know about that one, though. There are some great details, okay, like the lighting on the side of the pilot droid's faces looking like something right out of a 1970s sci-fi movie. So it has good lighting. Isn't that great? No, not Star Wars itself, but other sci-fi movies from that era which had a less distinctive aesthetic. Alright, setting a story. Okay, oh, that's what you guys said about the first 4 episodes. Alright. The Jedi forbidding attachment has always felt like a topic worth examining. If Anakin hadn't felt he had... Okay, so why are we going back? If you're not liking the Skywalker saga, why are you liking it right now? Anyway. No! I didn't mean to sound like Darth Vader, but when it like jumps up like that, I will do my best Darth Vader impression. Okay. If Anakin hadn't felt he had to keep his marriage with Padme a secret, would things have turned out better? I think we just know by default with Palpatine how that stuff was going. It was inevitable anyway. It was already, I mean, it was going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. Would he be as balanced as he is now with the Force? If that hadn't happened, would he be as important and as powerful as he is right now? Of course, and again, that would just be a whole separate thing, and very disconnected. But we wouldn't have had the great stories that we had if he hadn't turned to the dark side. Or should he have simply never gotten romantically involved with her at all, more strictly following the Jedi way? I think overall the biggest criticisms, no matter which way you look at it, it always comes back on the Jedi themselves, Yoda and his council. But then again, they were also clouded in the Force by Palpatine, so they were still limited, but they had basically become part of the bureaucracy, part of the problem. So it was a big government issue. I mean, we're kind of experiencing a similar time right now, are we not? Alright, let's see. Getting back there. So Jackie worrying about Saul keeping holos. Is that right? Holos? It's like, that's weird. Of his old Padawan encourages sentimentally and nostalgia. What the hell? And insinuating this should be avoided. I don't know about. I was too wordy there. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Insinuating that this should be avoided at all costs opens the door to show further exploring just what it means to be a Jedi, and if their approach is the right one. And while we don't know the full extent of these characters' shared history, Episode 2 may provide some clues. The fact that the Jedi Torben, played by Dean Charles Chaplin, apologizes to May and tells her we thought we were doing the right thing, right before willingly drinking the poison she brought him. Whoops. And it feels notable for how it's presenting the Jedi. Okay. George Lucas has noted the Order set itself up for its fall via a lot of self-inflicted flaws. At one point, May's ally is at Khmer, played by Manny Jacinto, says the Jedi justify their galactic dominance in the name of peace, and peace is a lie, expressing a disdain for the Jedi that we can assume others share. It's the kind of idea that Palpatine would eventually be able to take advantage of when crafting his plan to take down the Order. Alright, so now we got some thoughts here, apparently. Stenberg is doing strong work in her dual role, but Lee Jung-jae gives the best performance in these two episodes. He conveys so much with his eyes, says Sol, who says things like, I've made peace with what happened on Brendok? Is that right? In a way that suggests he most certainly has not. It's cool to see Yord use a yellow lightsaber. Some may think Rey's lightsaber at the very end of The Rise of Skywalker, but they are already established as canon via Star Wars The Clone Wars, where yellow was the color of the blades used by the Jedi Temple Guards. And of course, that color will always make for an amusing callback to the miscolored blade the original Luke Skywalker Keener action figure had back in the 1970s. Though set before the prequels, the Acolyte feels much more in line with their word than the one of the original trilogy. The appearance by the Trade Federation and the Morians, I hope I say that right here, who thankfully sound a lot less like racist. What is this doing here? What is this article going downhill for? Caricatures than those in The Phantom Menace. Racism these days feels like an opinion that freedom of speech allows to be said. Racism is not something that we experience in the entirety of the US, I would have to say. It is experienced, though. Feels like a purposely nod to that connection. At least not by this individual. So I treat people, I'm a big fan of equality, not equity. The local Jedi temple. Oh, let's see here. Having the innately likable Manny Jacinto as Kumir, that is Kumir, right? Is clever and subversive casting. Okay, so he likes him. Okay, he's playing a variation on a familiar Star Wars character type, the lovable scoundrel/rogue, except he's actively rooting for and aiding the Jedi's demise. Well, shit. The local Jedi temple on the planet Olega is a nice touch, showing how the Jedi might have these different outposts across the galaxy for those spending a long time away from Coruscant and the main temple we're familiar with. Doesn't that sound like today's foreign policy where we're scattered all around the world? A bit too much. However, it makes little sense that May goes through all that trouble to sneak into the Jedi Temple using that little girl, then hides from the first two Jedi she sees, only to just walk by another person inside who doesn't seem to care if the stranger is in there at all. What a weird final note to end the second episode on. Seeing a Jedi Wookiee, Kanaka? There's a Jedi Wookiee? Oh my god. It's a Jedi Wookiee. So who's he played by? Jonas Tsunontamo, who's played Chewbacca in all his recent appearances. Okay. In action, using the Force is great. So, okay, they like the Wookiee. This person likes the Wookiee. But then we cut to the credits on him just sort of walking up and opening a door. It's reminiscent of how the early episodes of Andor concluded on odd, non-ending moments. Hey, that show turned out amazing, so fingers crossed history can repeat itself. Very optimistic thinking. That guy with the alien parasite over his mouth totally looked like Glenn Howerton when you could only see the top of his face, and it was a little disappointing when it ultimately turned out not to be Glenn Howerton. This article is very disconnected, isn't it? So we have a verdict. The first two episodes of The Acolyte set up the story well and do a solid job of moving Star Wars into a much different era than we've seen in live action before. They boast some appreciation touches in terms of the production design and world building, but they're hindered by some of the inconsistent and clunky storytelling. The Acolyte takes some adjustments simply because it sometimes feels tonally and visually off for the franchise. Who did this article again? Oh shit. This was done by Eric Goldman. Here, I need to pull up my chat here. Goldman. So I don't know what y'all think about all this, I should say, but wait. But I actually have to kind of catch up in the Acolyte. I didn't actually get into I don't know where the numbers are at Andor. The rap has not been nice, maybe? Is this like, how long is the article here? Oh, it's really short, too. Oh, Jesus, no. No. Alright, the Acolyte star, so is Amandla? What the hell? Stenberg cracks up a gayest Star Wars moniker. It's so gay already? What the hell? I don't know. What the hell? Alright, the Acolyte star Amanda Stenberg is shocked over the observation that her show is the gayest Star Wars, but not for the reason you may be expecting. I think that Star Wars is so gay already. What the hell, dude? Stenberg told the Rap's Drew Taylor in a recent interview. Is this what the Rap is worth? Is this what the Rap does? Have you seen this? Seen the fits? We'd like, look how gay this is, and send each other reference photos. This person is terrible at writing articles, too. This is so bad. The Rap, oh my god, this is bad. Oh my god. Let's see, we'd be like, look how, okay, this is like weird dialogue, it's so bad. Okay, say, are you telling me with a straight face that C-3PO is straight? What the fuck? Series creator, Leslie Headline asked. They're a couple, that's what I think, Taylor said. That response prompted Headland to confidently declare that it's canon. R2-D2 is a lesbian. What the fuck? This is ridiculous, dude. What the fuck? What is this? Should I read more shit from the Rap? The Rap is just insane. This is... The funny exchange began when Taylor said that The Acolyte is the gayest installment in the sci-fi franchise by a considerable margin. After this assessment, Steinberg immediately started to vogue as Taylor asked Headland if she was excited about this element of the series becoming a talking point, and if this was a fun element to bring to the series. Oh man. R2-D2, a lesbian coming to a series near you, with C-3PO, who's also gay. Oh my god. It's like, no, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I'm frankly, Headland said, pausing for dramatic effect, you are offended? Stenberg asked. Into it, Headland said. Oh my god. Would I get copyrighted for listening to that? I don't know, probably.
I want to ask you both, because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. And are you excited about that? Are you bracing yourself?
Star Wars. Not the
It's pretty gay, let's be honest.
What is wrong with these people? No, this would be stereotyping, but I mean, you can just tell by maybe he's projecting. That's what he's doing. Have you ever seen a gay man project?
Leslie, are you?
You about
how
to?
Do you feel?
Am I gay? Yes.
Well, no, I know you are gay, but I'm asking, are you excited about putting this?
Oh, that's right. She is a lesbian, isn't she?
Yeah, this is going to be a talking point.
As a male, I don't have any problem with that.
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure so.
Because nerds are gay.
Well, some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay.
In her world, nerds. So I'm a nerd. So I'm officially gay. Everyone. I'm coming out of the closet because she's projecting that onto me. So it must be true. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Project on thee, and it shall be.
Was this the fun element of?
No, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I'm frankly
You're offended?
into it. No.
Yeah, this is also gossip. So this is
I think
Yeah.
that Star Wars is so gay already.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the fits? We'd be like, look how gay this is, and then send each other a reference photo.
And are you telling me, with a straight face, that C-3PO
This is the dialogue that I was. Oh my god.
is straight?
I was reading this Oh my god, I was reading this dialogue.
That's what I think. But this is more outward.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Ask Filoni. Okay.
Ask for
Can you
one.
imagine?
Yeah, talk about-
I mean, okay. Jesus. Thank you, Song. Thank you, Song, for coming into that. Where is Master Yoda in the Acolyte? Is that what people are asking? Can the Acolyte untether Star Wars from the Skywalker saga? Why would you want to untether it, dude? Why would you do that? Why would you even want to untether it? That doesn't make any sense to me. It does not make any sense. Chasing dreams and catching rays. I forgot to like share this here. Because this is the June 6th stream. This is Thursday, episode 5 as it would be. Okay. What is, can I check out anything trending real quickly? Especially the Acolyte. I apologize whenever I misspell something. I really do apologize. Acolyte fans ignoring all the dude bros saying Star Wars is dead right now. That's funny. Dude, that's hilarious. Hey, that's hilarious. That's funny. Oh my god. Are there really Acolyte fans so far? Oh my god, man. That is ridiculous. But that goes with like the Star Wars Force Shield. That's funny. I don't know, man. What's this N wokeness? White people crying was the goal. Amanda Stenberg, lead actress for a new Star Wars series, The Acolyte. Wow, that's getting there, right? There's some real hate on Twitter, isn't there? Jesus, oh my god. Lee Jung-jae learned English to star as Master Soul in The Acolyte. He's a lifelong Star Wars fan and says Qui-Gon Jinn was his main inspiration for the role. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's like poetry, it rhymes. Could always use more Qui-Gon Jinn. He's one of the more favorite Star Wars characters for sure, and he's actually one of the legit good characters in the series. Like legit good characters. Like there aren't that many Jedi there like legit good by default. Died 1999, born 2024. Welcome back, Qui-Gon Jinn. What the fuck? What kind of shit is that? That's so stupid. Just you're doing your things. What the fuck? Okay. So that's the only thing I would want to see is like numbers, you know? Like how is it really doing? That's what I would like. Such new record for low audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh man, we know Rotten Tomatoes is shit, and we know they are bought and they are paid for. I did a Godzilla short where he just blasts a tomato. The Acolyte says, yeah, new record for low attendance score Rotten Tomatoes for Star Wars franchise. There is no group harder to please in the Star Wars fandom. The Acolyte has proven that once again with its Rotten Tomatoes audience score delivering a new low for the franchise. Prior to the debut of the series, opening episodes of Disney Plus, critics lauded the series as one of the best of the entire franchise, with its Tomato Meter score currently sitting at on a lofty 93%. For audiences though, it is a much different story. Well, there have been many differences of opinion when it comes to exactly what the story of the galaxy far, far away should be about. and how its tale should be told, The Acolyte seems to be landing on the dark side of the fandom based on its opening run of over 1,000 reviews. While there are those who are happy with Leslie Hanlon's high-era show, the majority have panned the series as the worst Star Wars release ever. No, I mean, when a good series comes out like Tales of the Jedi, like, you know it's good, you know? At the time of this writing, the resulting approval rating, whoa, I am so sorry, from audiences is a lowly 39%, which for now puts it 1% below the Clone Wars movie from 2008, and 2% below the incredibly divisive The Last Jedi is the lowest audience-rated Star Wars project in the entire franchise. This continues the trend set by many of the recent Disney Plus Star Wars series, which have failed to completely capture the imagination of fans. Mandalorian at the top of the list, at least for audience. You know, listen to the audience, you know. Still though, yeah. But do we got like any like other numbers like? What's this? Did the Acolyte gets destroyed by viewers? In what way? I'm not seeing... Oh wait, no, that would be on Netflix. Whoopsie, Disney Plus. I guess there's probably no numbers, huh? That we can really see definitively. This was 5 hours ago. Yeah, it's a quick one too. It's good. The Acolyte fans share same disappointment over episode 1 shock. Viewers of The Acolyte are all making the same complaint after sitting down to watch the first episode. The latest Star Wars spin-off series started on Tuesday, June 4th, with the first 2 episodes being added to Disney Plus. Set approximately 100 years before the unfairly maligned Phantom Menace in 1999. Well, I mean the movie. Coming out in 1999, the series follows a respected Jedi Master who discovers sinister forces while investigating a series of crimes that bring him into contact with a former Padawan learner. The show's cast includes Amanda Stenberg, Charlie Barnett, Daphne Keane, and Squid Game's Lee Jung-ja, or whatever. Sorry. But many were excited to watch the show because of the inclusion of Carrie Ann Moss. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all excited for that, right? Or were. However, those turning in to the Acolyte...
Think you don't have time for an accounting degree?
Excuse me?
Think WGU.
Where are you?
Built
Where
for
are you?
working
Where are you?
adults.
Get the hell off my shit. How dare you? How dare you add? Did I add for you? Did I add for you? Did I ask for you? Alright. Okay. However, those turning into the Acolyte were left disappointed just 5 minutes into the first episode. Moss is introduced in the series as Master Indara, a character positioned as one that viewers will be following throughout the series. But the opening scene of the show, which sees her dueling the Steinbergs' assassin May, results in the death of Moss's character, a twist that has hugely divided reviewers. Does everyone remember when it was a Godzilla? I can't remember the dude's name, but he died like less than halfway through the movie, and it just kind of buzzkilled everyone. It's going to be a similar circumstance right here. So, I mean, it's happened again then. It strikes again. The guy who played Walter White in Breaking Bad. Let's see here. While many criticize Disney for hiring Moss, and putting her in front and center of the show's promotional material, it's been pointed out that Moss will probably continue to appear in the series via flashbacks. Still, many were left somewhat disappointed by the twist, as they were expecting Moss to be a major player in the season. So, just so I'm clear, Carry On Moss features prominently in the teasers material. Yeah. Teasers and commercials for the Acolyte. I mean, when you base the whole series on her, and then you just kill her off, and there's also like Scream with Drew Barrymore comparisons, but that was a horror movie. This is not. And she's just dead in the first 2 minutes of the show, one viewer wrote, with another adding, they did not just kill off Carrie-Anne Moss in the first 5 minutes, did they? I need more Trinity than that. Say that right? They did not. Okay. An additional viewer wrote on X Twitter, all that hype and promise to kill off Carrie-Anne Moss within 7 minutes. What the fuck? Anyway. What an incredible letdown, with one more stating, I was very disappointed Carrie-Anne Moss had so little screen time with her appearance when her appearance was hyped so much.
Where are my sales at? But now you're selling with Shopify. You're easily selling online, in person, and beyond.
Also, I am listening to NCS copyright free music, so I appreciate no copyright sounds. That's awesome. They allow people to do that. So obviously, I make some money, so congratulations. What happened to the article? They go tits up? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, all that hype and promise to kill. Yep. I was very disappointed Carrie-Anne Moss had so little screen time when her appearance. Yep, she was the big reason I was looking forward to this show, and a massive letdown. She was killed off so quickly and so easily. I think the biggest takeaway is that, Disney continues to try to erase the Skywalker saga. It is what it is. They have to, because it's also attached to George Lucas. So it's a progressive thing that they like to do. There needs to be more. Eventually, one day, these progressives will die, and then more traditionalists will come in, and they'll go back to George Lucas's works, and someone will continue that. Maybe one day. Until then, they're just destroying the Skywalker saga. And maybe it permanently gets destroyed just in general. So, Star Wars in general is looking really bleak. They just don't know what to do with it. They're not the creator. They're not George Lucas. They will never know what to do with it because they're not him. And they're not going to listen to him. They're not going to... A corporation is not going to stay in the shadow of George Lucas, so... I personally, though, I will, because I need to actually kind of watch The Acolyte and see for myself. But I like the premise. I like the idea. I'll give it a shot. I could not watch Tales of the Empire. Like, it's just, I could not watch that. So they have to really, there's going to be a set of fans that they're just not going to be able to please, or they're not going to enjoy this. And a big portion of fans, a big portion, if they keep on going this route on characters that people either don't care about, or in this case, we do get a good character and they kill him off within the first 7 minutes or whatever. So, is there any quick Sony news? Oh no. Oh no. I'd hate to accept the cookies, but anyway. Sony removes 8K promises from PlayStation 5 packaging. Sony is removing mention of 8K support for the PlayStation 5 and console packaging. Stop jumping. While retailers such as Argos still have pictures of the PS5 Slim model with 8K written across the side of the console box, as shown in the header image above, mention of this support has been scrubbed from Sony's own site. As you can see, the image below, which was taken from PlayStation's own direct store earlier today, the mention of 8K has been removed from the box. Would that be in the upper? That would be up here, right? They apparently removed the 8K from the box in the PS5? Haha, he laughs. That's pretty funny. The end should have been done years ago. So this was already something that was a lie? Oh, so Sony was lying about this. Digital Foundry's John Lineman observed, it's pretty obvious that it's not only is 8K not suitable for the machines, aside from the Taurus, but 8K displays are not desirable. I wouldn't want one. I mean, there's a certain point you can reach, you know what I mean? Back in 2020, when the PlayStation 5 first released, Sony said, PS5 is compatible with 8K displays at launch, and after a future system software update, we'll be able to output resolutions up to 8K when content is available, when supported with supported software. Is Sony now saying this 8K support exclusively for its unannounced but widely expected PlayStation 5 Pro, which looks set to launch later this year? Question mark. You can read more. Okay, so do you own? No, I do not own a Steam Deck. Okay. Did Sony lie? Did they not lie? That is the question. So that's the big thing from Sony today? Really? 8K removed from the box. So Concord, are they getting heat? So Concord is in the news. So people are receiving the game well or not? Okay, that's not too long. Okay. I like short articles, by the way, so if you guys ever have good articles, make sure they're short articles. Concord store listing shows Sony maintaining Helldivers-style lower price points for live service titles. Upcoming hero shooter is a $40 price tag in the US and $35 in UK, dispelling rumors of free-to-play model. Ooh, that's going to disappoint a lot of people. Sony is following the formula for success it found with Helldivers 2 by offering its next-gen live service game, hero shooter Concord, for the same lower price. I think, can we all agree that that live action or live service games suck? I think we can all agree on that, and they're destroying gaming. I will agree with that. That's not in this article, but that's just like a valued opinion. Push Square points to the upcoming titles listing on Austria PlayStation Store, which is selling pre-orders for the game's standard edition at, is that Australia? Basically $60. The same as Arrowhead Games' Helldivers 2. GameIndustry.biz checked the listing on the US and UK stores, showing price tags of basically $40 and $35 respectively. Again, same as Helldivers 2. The lower price point bucks the trend of most AAA games selling for $70 during the current generation. So that's at least a good thing, is it not? Helldivers 2 launched at this price point earlier this year, which was likely a key factor in the multiplayer shooter, shifting 12 million copies in 12 weeks, making it the fastest selling PlayStation game to date. Game with a lot of controversy, didn't it? And also, I put out a short about Ragnarok and how that's, I guess it's going to also require, like, you get a PSN account. So it continues. We recently spoke to Arrowhead's leadership. I'm so sorry for yawning. About how the game's success has boosted the studio and its ambitions. Concord was announced during last week's State of Play showcase, and also what y'all think, just let me know about the game, and it's part of Sony's ongoing pivot towards live service games. Since live service require larger audiences to succeed, lowering the price of entry increases the chance of attracting more players. There is some speculation as to whether Concord will be free to play, but this store listing appears to put that to rest. The current console generation initially sparked backlash among customers as the price of AAA games was increased to $70. It's a lot for gamers that can't afford it. As developer costs continue to rise, and especially when games are becoming more live service, it's like they're making more money off of it. So why would you have to pay more for the game up front when you're paying more for the game's existence? It doesn't make sense, does it? There is uncertainty whether audiences will accept another price increase. Although Embracer CEO Lars Wingefors recently told GameIndustry.biz he believes some titles could charge even more. That's sick. Who? Embracer? Oh man. So Concord's like going everywhere. It's like everywhere. But I guess Sony removing the 8K, so I guess it's a way of Sony being deceptive. So the PS5 Pro, let's check this out here. Is this not too much? Okay. This is from Game Radar. This is Tabitha Baker. PS5 Pro could be the first truly 8K console. Look at that sexy beast, I guess. Sony has started to remove 8K branding labels from its PS5 boxes in both US and UK. It's a long time coming, but it's also a move that's fueling speculation surrounding the upcoming PS5 Pro's intentions. So that's why they're really doing it. They're doing it for marketing purposes. We don't want you to buy a PlayStation 5. We want you to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro. That's what's coming from this. So it's all a marketing thing. After all, there's no point in celebrating a mid-cycle. And by the way, the majority of people still have PS4. Celebrating a mid-cycle refreshes new feature if the previous generation was also capable of it. The PS5 is technically an 8K console at launch. At launch, we were promised that the device would play nicely with the very few 8K TVs that had made their way into people's living rooms via a long detour through the bank balance. Yeah, very costly. With a future update to add actual, wow, look at that rate. Oh my god, 76,080. Oh man, by 4320 resolution. Output should the market call for it. Like, is that really necessary, man? You're just making things like these. Yeah, output should the market call for it. Unfortunately, the market never picked up the phone. The only game to have touted 8K compatibility in the PS5's life so far is the Tours. It's like, you gotta learn from like the Nintendos of the world, you know? Stay behind, stay cheaper, you know what I mean? Make more money. Focus on good content. Which was ultimately with affordable hardware. Which was ultimately forced to squeeze down to 4K when the console's firmware never received its 8K update. And like, you guys ever notice, like, you know, people complain about Nintendo and their consoles are always behind in hardware? Well, guess what? They're also paying less too. And they're putting out generally products that are better. They give a better user experience. And again, they're providing that experience and they're able to buy hardware cheaper because they're priced down. While their competitors like Sony and Microsoft are buying the best of the best. PC gamers are buying the best of the best. Nintendo's like making bank, you know what I mean? Producing good games and they're able to buy cheaper hardware. Good hardware, but still cheaper. So it's very efficient. That little AK symbol at the top of every Xbox 5 box is, and has been for a long time, dead. So it makes sense that Sony has started to remove it from the shelves. But why now? That goes to the marketing, right? The PS5 has been sitting pretty for years with its almost false 8K advertising for all to see. Almost false. What is almost false? What is almost false? What is that? 8K advertising for all to see, and yet Sony chose 2004 to start phasing the messaging out. It's easy to see why. The PS5 Pro is just around the corner. There you have it. It's unlikely that the refresh will suddenly herald a new era of 8K gaming. The install base for these pricey TVs is far from what is needed to be for Sony to go all in on the next step up. It's more likely that the PS5 was premature in its prediction. Was it really? Or intentional? In its prediction of the market over the last few years, but the brand wants to make sure it's there from day one regardless. Sony may have expected 8K tech to be in more homes by now and hedged its bets with the previous generation. Accordingly, hey mister, how's it going? It's been a little while since I saw you. Accordingly, the same very thing could be happening again with the PlayStation 5 Pro. But we could equally be on the cusp of change. The key difference this time around is that 8K TVs really could be entering the mainstream market after another 3 years. We've already near the ceiling of new features, refresh rates, and panel technologies within the 4K generation. The affordable generation. Alright. I just had to say that. The gaming TV updates are getting irritative. Anyway. And when that starts to happen, we know the brands will be looking to 8K to bring the next big thing to the market. As displays hit the shelves, which they will do over the next couple of years, and 8K components grow cheaper, good luck on that. Things can pick up pretty quickly. What's more, we already know the PlayStation 5 is working with upscaling tech a lot more than its predecessor. At the moment, general consensus dictates that this new tech will be used to push 1080p games to up to 4K natively. But with the increase in power, the new consoles will be looking to bump to existing 4K games to 8K without any further updates from streamers. You know, going to 4K, all that stuff, 8K, it's also very demanding. Like, it also really sucks for PC users too, because it's almost... So this is what happens. So so this is going to be my thing about this, is that what Sony, Microsoft, well, in this case, Sony, what they're doing is they're forcing their consumers that buy a console because they're cheaper and affordable than typical PCs. They're forcing them to upgrade. They're really leaving them no choice. That goes with when you, like, everyone on PlayStation 4. Like more people have a PlayStation 4 than a PlayStation 5. They haven't upgraded. Well, I mean, obviously those don't have like 8K compatibility. Or at least what they say the PlayStation 5 had. So in order to get that, you're gonna have to upgrade to PlayStation 5. But that, as this said, is somewhat false in a way. So it's not necessarily 8K now, is it? But the PlayStation Pro will be. So you're going to have to ditch. So PS4 users and PS5 users are going to have to ditch and upgrade to PS5. They're boxed in to a certain point, certain cap. Unfortunately, consumers being boxed in is a terrible thing economically. And I don't really like it, honestly. I would be a big fan. I would definitely find a way. So this is Daniel. This is Daniel. If I am in charge, I am an actual... I like how that blurred. That was like weird on the camera. But good-natured person, and I want the best for consumers. I want the best for people. As long as I'm taken care of, I'm going to provide my absolute best for everyone else. But if I'm like in charge of like Sony, I'm thinking of like very creative ways to do good things for consumers. So I'm thinking about ways to keep things cheap. I'm not necessarily looking at profits. Profits are important in the company, but I'm looking at users coming back, users that are happy with what's being provided. And I've always wanted to do strategies to where you have a set console, you have a fixed console that is live service done right in terms of upgrades. We never have live service upgrades. There's no such thing as live service upgrades. There's always, there's live service games suck. They're horrible. They're horrendous. They're milking money. They're terrible. But I'm actually like providing a service to where the upgrade is almost free. Almost free. It's just a way of figuring that kind of thing out. I don't like the idea of a PlayStation 4 coming out 5 years later. Here's the PlayStation 5. It's got twice the specs. The hardware is twice. It's better. It's 2 times better. All that bullshit. But then you got to upgrade 5 years later. They're throwing another milk cow. I'm like, no, let's just stick with one console. Let's keep it that way. And I think that mostly comes down to, it's the same reason why I have a dual PC. I stream on one, and then on the other one, I'm doing all this other technical stuff. My other PC is very low spec, so I think it's still only got a quad core CPU. And then in my streaming, I got my 16 core. So I have one, but that would be the example. Would be like the cloud. You have the cloud that you're working on, and it's going to be all the demand. All the demand is going to be coming from whatever that cloud is based, the systems that are based. So that's up to Sony and what they got going on, but they don't want to do it. They just want to milk this shit, and I'm not interested in it, but that'd be a good example. And then everyone else, like my streaming PC, the low grade, that would just be everyone else. That would be that console everyone buys, and then, it's being streamed from the demanding Sony console. So, but they want to be greedy, so that's why I'm also not that's why I don't have a company either, too, because there's no motherfucker that's going to want to work with me because I'm not going to make them a lot of money. Sorry for that, but at the same time, I feel bad. I don't sleep at night well if I screw someone over, so I try not to screw people over. So I think that's like a lot of the Sony stuff. I don't know if there's like anything like new in it, and or if anyone else has anything. I could like oh, it's got the C.S. Joseph theme going down. So what we get from this, and I know I went in my little tirade there, but Sony, I guess, is like being disingenuous a little bit about the 8K. I already did the Disney news, so I could do PlayStation news. That goes with the Sony. Everyone just loves Sony, you know what I mean? PlayStation VR2 players can access games on PC with adapting starting on August 7th. This was 3 days ago. That was an article 3 days ago. So people will be, I think overall, so Concord, they will not be free to play. It will be Helldivers 2-like, so Sony is trying to copy their content in a way, or mimic it, which is human nature.
They say if it's too good to be true, it must be. But at WGU, you can get your degree with the same accreditation.
What will Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, and Game Pass mean for Xbox and PlayStation? I think isn't everyone like the Behemoth? People are excited for Behemoth, right? Not necessarily the prettiest in the world, but if you guys want to see anything from that and or let me go into because let me go into like some Netflix stuff here. popular fan theory. Oh, I did a short on what was in Colin's diary about Penelope. He basically believes that she's the smartest person he's ever met. And I guess women all around the world are freaking out. I'd hate to accept it, but okay. Bridgerton's Nicola Coughlan shuts down popular fan theory ahead of Part 2 release. Just because she isn't hinting at the arrival of a book character doesn't mean it's not happening, right? Oh, okay, so this is going to be for those that have reached the book, or read the book. Bridgerton star Nicola Coughlan has shut down a popular fan theory ahead of the release of Season 3, Part 2. The Derry Girls actress, who plays Penelope Featherton / Lady Whistledown in Netflix period drama, posted a selection of photos on her Instagram to get people hyped for the next episodes. Of course, we are all hyped, right? One photo in particular caught people's attention. Colin Bridgerton, actor Luke Newton reading a script in a dressing room. Specifically, it was the post-it note with the name Sophie on it, stuck to the mirror, that got people excited. It wasn't in here, was it? As we continue. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm just not catching it. I'm not catching it. Jesus, it's somewhere though. Okay, anyway. Let's see. Plenty of fans in the comments asked if the post-it was teased that the arrival of Sophie Beckett was evident. For those who haven't read the book, Sophie is the eventual love interest of Benedict Bridgerton. Coughlan quickly shot down that speculation, replying to one fan that they just happened to be at a makeup station belonging to someone called Sophie. Oh, sure. A new trailer for the second half of Bridgerton Season 3 recently dropped, teasing what will whoa, shit. Oh, Jesus. I just boosted my sensitivity like crazy. I'm not that sensitive a person, I promise. My mouse is very sensitive, though. Alright, so she quickly shot down, a new trailer for the second half of Bridgerton Season 3, Part 2, recently dropped, teasing what will happen following the cinematic carriage scene and surprise proposal. The trailer showcased Penelope and Colin walking into the Bridgerton household hand in hand to share the news of their engagement, with the family overjoyed at the news. Well, everyone except for Eloise, who is concerned that truth about Penelope being whistled down will come true. And when it does, it will destroy her relationship with Colin, who famously hates the gossip monger. How this works because of that, I do not know. Eloise threatens to reveal her friend's secret identity, but it looks like Colin already has his suspicions that his fiancée is hiding something from him. I don't know. Either way, Colin and Penelope have got people buzzed, one way or another. You're either on one side or another. Cameo ID. Is that it on... Oh, dude, I still have to watch Godzilla Minus One on Netflix. Oh my god. It promises a huge change to one of Colin. Okay. Oh, they're changing a book moment. Oh, are people gonna like that? It's 21 hours ago. Bridgerton Season 3, Part 2 promises a huge change to one of Colin and Penelope's biggest book moments. Okay. Penelope being revealed as whistled down to the viewers at the end of Bridgerton Season 1 guaranteed that her secret couldn't stay hidden for long. Bridgerton Season 2's ending, having Eloise discovering her secret, already made things difficult for Penelope's venture. But season 3 being about Penelope and Colin guaranteed the revelation of the gossip writer's identity to the taunt would have happened sooner rather than later. However, details from Season 3 Part 2's trailer also highlighted how different Colin's inputs about the matter seem compared to romancing Mr. Bridgerton, risking to strain his and Penelope's bond as a consequence. Makes it more dramatic. Like, Penelope outright lying to Colin inevitably makes the whistle down reveal more dramatic. Alright, the trailers indicated the focus of the remaining Season 3 episodes would be just as much on the Taun's reaction to Penelope and Colin's betrothal as on Penelope's Lady Whistledown secret finally being revealed. However, one specific moment showed how much Bridgerton Season 3 changed the story surrounding Colin discovering Penelope's secret, as Colin can be seen asking Penelope about the ink on her hands, whether she'd been writing, to which Penelope answered yes, not telling the truth and offering letter writing as an excuse. Penelope's lies to Colin thus added an ulterior layer to her treachery. Ooh, Penelope lying about why she spent time writing, thus getting ink stains on her hands, adds another level of dishonesty aimed also at Colin, making the revelation of the truth about Whistledown's identity more dramatic and heartbreaking. It also shows how naive Penelope's character is, which no one can deny. She is extremely naive. While Penelope's reveal as Whistledown to the Taunt took time in romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which I think it should have done here, but anyway. Colin discovered the truth happened straightforwardly, with him catching Penelope going to the Bloomsbury unchaperoned to leave her next Whistledown issue to her publisher. Not only did the event not give Penelope a chance to deny the truth, but it also happened before their betrothal. The carriage scene and Colin's proposal only happened after Colin learned the truth. Oh, dude, so that is totally switched around. Oh, dude. See, that makes more sense to me. That makes more sense to me. Alright. The trailer showing Penelope wanting to keep her Whistledown secret with Colin too instead makes the ordeal more dramatic, inevitably involving duplicity on Penelope's part. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make it more dramatic, but it is... I mean, kind of... So, the Whistledown is like the main build-up that the series has. So, we're looking at a peak in Bridgerton as a whole. So, it peaks up, and it peaks with Whistledown, the secret. And then once the secret is revealed, then it goes down. That's your main draw, right? I mean, what's the draw after? What is really the draw after? I don't see it. Oh, really? Colin discovering ink marks on hands is how he accuses Eloise of being Whistledown in the book. Also, Eloise gets the bulk at one point during the book. Below, Colin learned the truth about Whistledown. Well, before learning the truth about Whistledown, he had accused his own sister Eloise of being the gossip writer. See, that's the drama we need right there. That's the drama that we need. Colin not only confided in Penelope about his fears over Eloise possibly being Whistledown, but he also confronted Eloise about it precisely because she always had ink stains all over her hands in romancing Mr. Bridgerton. No! The ad has screwed me over! You gotta hate that when the ad like screws you over right there. Let's see, Colin couldn't believe Eloise's answer that she spent her days writing letters, instead thinking more believably that Eloise was Whistledown, despite Eloise always telling him the truth. She's a truth teller, right? She began her correspondence with Sir Philip months before her story is told in the 5th Bridgerton book. And we are in the 3rd season. These ads are the worst, man. These ads are the worst. Oh my god, they are so bad. They just jump up and down. Up and down. Absolute worst. Alright, Colin never believed Eloise until he discovered Penelope was Whistledown. Despite Penelope assuring him Eloise could have never been the gossiper. However, when he confronted Eloise about it, he was enraged. Sure as he was that if the Tawn even just spoke about Eloise possibly being Whistledown, she would be ruined. As a rumor could hurt a lady no matter if what was shared was true or not. Colin's reaction could potentially be even more exaggerated given that his love interest Penelope is Whistledown, making the matter heartbreaking because of her betrayal, but also dangerous because Penelope could be ruined. Yeah, so it is one way to see if he actually genuinely loves her, though. That is one way to define it. Because if there's someone you love, you will stick with them, you will stay with them, you will endure with them. Eloise, knowing and threatening Penelope to tell Colin, ups the stakes for the Whistledown reveal. What does it say? Whistledown was a Colin and Penelope issue only in the book. Alright, in the trailer also highlight how Eloise's role can make the Whistledown reveal heftier in the show than in Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. I should just say the book. With nobody but Penelope, Colin, and later Cressida, oh man, I hate her name, who blackmailed Penelope or Colin and Penelope. And that was weird. That was weird how that was put. I'm sorry. That was so weird. The couple wanting to protect themselves from her. However, Colin not knowing the truth about the Penelope's writer alter ego makes everything more difficult in Bridgerton Season 3. Especially with Eloise knowing about Whistledown and having even cut ties with her friend because the enormity of Penelope's secret. Bridgerton, in Season 3, the trailer emphasized how taken aback was Elise by the news of Colin and Penelope betrayal. Alerting, that's... I just wanted to make sure there. YouTube loves to copyright everything I do. Okay, in anger because Penelope didn't seem too willing to share her secret with Colin. Eloise's threat to tell Colin the truth herself, were Penelope to find it too difficult effectively, makes everything about the Whistledown reveal more complicated. Potentially briefly turning Eloise into a villain in Bridgerton Season 3 to protect Colin's interests. Does she not already seem like a villain? After all, Colin himself told Eloise in Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 1, how he faulted Whistledown for ruining Marina and almost ruining Eloise in Season 2. Expressing the wish to ruin the gossiper herself if only her identity was revealed. Knowing how strongly Colin felt about Whistledown, Eloise cannot think him anything but entitled to know Penelope's secret, especially considering their impending marriage, upping the stakes about the Lady Whistledown reveal in Bridgerton Season 3 more than they ever were in the book. And I guess those are the differences. They're kind of like switched around. I like that the carriage scene in the book is after. I like that. I really do. When does it come out again? June 13th. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is in like 7 days. Yeah, naturally I'll be checking that out. hell is the trending? I always do new news. Why do I do new news? Why do I do that? Mr. Beast is a beast. That's why he's Mr. Beast. That man is able to manipulate algorithms. Like, actually, he creates them, honestly. Really? Vtuber reveals disturbing Pokimane editor situation is why they hide their face. So in case anyone didn't know, Pokimane, she came out and she talked about a former editor, it's no longer one of her editors, that honestly he was, what's the word? Just admitted to her a secret in a way. But to add context, apparently he had been always late on her content, like maybe weeks late. And he gave a reason why. It's because he was touching himself. Originally, the content started off as to say she was saying, or insinuating, or painting a picture that he was touching himself to her content, to all the material that she sent to this editor. And then she stepped back and said, oh, that it may not have been on her. But the end result, nonetheless, she still paid him for all his work, which added a strangeness to it. So that's like the whole Pokimane thing in a jest, and I did shorts in it. But yeah, I found the Pokimane situation very weird. I was wondering if she was doing it for just to kind of like for bait content, or just to get noticed, to get herself back in the algorithm, because that's what these content these content creators have to continually. This is what I really don't like doing, and I don't do it. But they have to get back in the algorithm, and to do it, they have to do like shock content, and that's what Mr. Beast does it in a positive way, I guess. But this is but Pokimane, let's see. YouTuber reveals disturbing Pokemon editor situation is why they hide their face. She's pointing at me. Isn't that nice? God, ads. I mean, I could like. Alright, a VTuber is sparking a heated discussion after revealing the reason they use the virtual avatar is to avoid Pokimane's viral dilemma with her former editor video. Oh, so is that why these people do it? Excuse me. On May 31st, prominent Twitch streamer, Pokimane Annies, she actually does, doesn't she live like in Seattle or something? She's like, because I live in Washington State, so she's around here somewhere, along with me. So we're both Washingtonians. Let's see. Shocked her 9 million viewers by revealing that one of her former editors would occasionally miss deadlines to a certain disturbing detail. He proceeds to tell me the reason why sometimes he would turn around videos a week or two late is because he couldn't stop touching himself. And he said, the streamer's content took social media by storm, leaving viewers disgusted and shedding light on an issue in the industry that even had the likes of YouTube star Moist Critical speak out with his own story with one of his editors. Personally, I do not have an editor. and I don't plan on having an editor really. So if you support the channel, also right there. I will say this. I'm up like, a lot, Like I really started beefing up a month ago. I can with my ADHD, I can just upload shorts like this, like snap of the finger. Like I can just do like crazy content. Even when I'm at work, in between breaks, I'm like, and I can just like saturate videos like crazy. Obviously a lot of the subscribers comes from a certain type of short that I am not really discussing very much on my streams because I refuse to be blocked into the political stuff necessarily. But if you do want to enjoy political content and you want me to do it, I'm happy to do it in shorts, I guess, maybe. If you guys want to watch it, that's fine, because a lot of you guys are watching that stuff. And I was like, why are you watching that stuff? That's not good for me. I don't want to be boxed in. But yeah, I'm like up like double subscribers. So you have to understand, 223 seems like a very low number. But, I mean, if like a month ago, it was like, say like 140 or something like that, that's crazy. That's a crazy percentage gain. That's insane. All right. And I've compared myself to other content creators. I mean, my content for what it is at this moment is pretty good. So I'm not gonna like be very shy on myself. And any content creator that is doing better, they're paying people. I'm not paying anyone, so I do all my stuff. So I do all this stuff. I paid for all my equipment. I do all of this. I set all this up myself. It's just a one-man army right now. That's all it is. And it's probably going to be that way for a long time. It's going to be a slow progress, but I'll get there. And yeah, I do have ambitions. So lots of ambitions, as people know. Alright, so, but I appreciate any help because there are a lot of things I can do. I'm a very special type of personality. One that comes around once in a lifetime. So putting someone like myself in the spotlight is very important for today's society and the world itself. So I am a very self-oriented person. But once I am self-oriented and I am taken care of, I take care of everybody. And I believe in fairness and equality and not equity bullshit. So I will take care of everyone. And I treat everyone the same. I give everyone the respects. I do say stupid shit a lot. I will say that. Ask anyone at my work. Daniel says a lot of stupid shit. But anytime I cross a boundary, I always apologize because at the end of the day, I realize we as a people have to work together and come together and all that stuff. So that is a very rare person. I'm not out to take the world over. That sounds exhausting, but I would more than be happy to remove dictators. So there are people out there that are bad people that use and abuse people, and they do it for their own self-interest. And that's not the type of person that I am. So I'm very humble. Anyway, we continue. To the Pokimane stuff. So now VTubers are giving their 2 cents on the subject, with one claiming the reason they use an avatar and avoid showing the real. Less noise, more clever. Jesus, man, I'm making all these crazy people money, and what the hell, dude? They're probably terrible people too, I swear. All right, I mean, objectively, probably. Who knows? Anyway, when money's involved, people will do anything to keep it going. Just ask Pokimane. Taking a bad situation and monetizing it. Alright. The reason they use an avatar and avoid showing the real faces to avoid Pokimane situation. And again, that's her editor was apparently touching himself to content. At first, she said it was her content that she sent to him, insinuating that he was touching himself to her. And then she stepped back and said that that may not be true. And at the end of the day, she still paid the editor, which I think Moist Critical was like, what the fuck? Okay, So Jalora, I don't watch a lot of VTubers. I don't like watch someone you can't see? You know what I mean? VTubers hide their faces because they're ugly. That's so subjective. That is so subjective, dude. Look, I know I'm not the ugliest tool in the box, okay? I understand that. This is a good face. I understand. But when I look at a person, beauty is something, yes. I love looking at beautiful things. But when I see a personality that is amazing, I like open up. I'm like, this person's amazing. Okay. So, but anyway, my brother in Christ, what the hell? The reason we hide our face is just to be dramatic right there. The reason our face is because of Pokimane's editor situation. That's very direct. Yeah, and I got a lot of replies right there too. Other VTubers weighed in on the conversation. Some agree with Jalora, while others gave additional reasons as to why they prefer to hide their appearance from the internet. This seems like, so a lot of these content creators, they have to put out the shock, they have to keep the algorithm going wherever, they have to stay out there in the media. So you VTubers are coming out and saying, hey, look at us. So this is just, everyone's using this as a way to monetize themselves. This is I will be honest. I will be open and honest. You guys want to see how much I make every year? Let's see. I just don't want, and where that money comes from. All right. I just don't want to get raided by a SWAT team. To be honest, one user replied. And there will be some of these people that are innocently chiming in. Like, that's innocent. That's innocent right there. But it's still like, how can I monetize this? Here's another. Was it UXGT? I don't know. I just don't want to get raided. That was the one that said I just don't want to get raided by a SWAT, to be honest. Laughing my ass off. Yes, that's just innocent right there. But still, like, hey, don't forget about me. And you have to understand, so these community of creators, they do either okay, they all have to know each other. All these big, medium, low, they all have to communicate. They all have to be on their forums, their discords. So they're all working together to promote themselves one way or another. Oh my god. So you have to know they're all doing this together. They're all like, hey, look at me. We'll all do it together. The colluding is real. Personally, I just like being anonymous, another said. It lets me be my truest self while not having to feel anxious or worried about people knowing me in real life. Or people who already know me commenting on stuff I say or do. You know, I was learning like a lot of my shorts I would go through, especially like the recent political content. I actually read a lot of the comments. You know, they say never read the comments, and I'm just like, ooh, this is fucking great. Oh my god, this person is like calling me names. This person's calling me an idiot. I'm like, this is fucking gold. I'm like, this is great. This is like, it makes me laugh. When I read the comments, I laugh. I laugh so hard. And I'm like, oh dude, I gotta do another short now. I feel it. I feel the dramaticness. I'm like, I love the hate. I'm like, bring me the hate. There's a lot of people that are sensitive online, and they don't want to. They'll look at the comments and they'll project it onto themselves. But no, not me. I'm like rubber. It just bounces off of me. Oh man. So anyway, that's just me. Let's see. Anxious or worried about people knowing me in real life, or people who already know me, commenting on stuff I say or do. Yeah, that's hard. Let's see. Personally, this is a really. I think have I seen it really? I don't know. Personally, I just like being anonymous. It's like the emoji. I do that all the time on my shorts. It lets me be my truest self while not having to feel anxious or worried about people knowing me in real life, or people who already know me commenting on stuff I say or do. Privacy is power. But oh my god, that pokey stuff is big yucks. Like, huh? Privacy is power. Yes, it is. But at the same time, you have to understand. Oh no. Okay. Actually, that might be good. Something good to get into. But when you are a content creator, when you put yourself in, when you are making money off this stuff, privacy is power. Good luck keeping it. But also, there is a public responsibility because you become a public figure. So, public figures should be well known. Again, anyone who's monetizing in the public should be known. We should know where the money's coming from, all that stuff. I'm big on that. The moment that I monetize stuff, I'm going to be very honest about what I'm doing, where my money's going, and I'm going to be very consistent with that. But that's a moral thing. I think if people are watching my content, you should know, or people are giving me money, people should know where the money's going to. Is Daniel reinvesting it? Is Daniel, what is he doing with it? What that kind of thing. So that's just me. That's just me. I have morality. Personal. This is where I'm a very self-oriented person. It's really much about my morality. If I'm not living up to my standards, I can't sleep at night. And if I wake up in the morning and I think about yesterday, I'm like, was I a worse person yesterday? Am I a better person today? And if I'm not a better person today than I was yesterday, I'm disgusted with myself. If I feel like, if I look back yesterday, oh my God, I did 5 terrible things, and I only did 1 good thing. I'm like, this is bullshit. Today, I'm going to do 6 good things. Or I'm going to do 5 good things. And I'm going to readjust, because I'm a firm believer in karma. I tell that people all the time. Let's see, I've streamed long hours to learn about being a VTuber. Doesn't stop them from doing that, much less announcing it to the entire chat. Excuse me. What's this? Estrella. I've streamed long enough to learn about being a virtual YouTuber. I just said the long-windedness word. Doesn't stop them from doing that, much less announcing it to the entire chat. By the way, how did people how can you trust your content to an editor? How can you do that? That's so risky. I know it's I know, the money's great and everything, but you're putting yourself, you're trusting another individual, and chances are, in most cases, like Pokimane, you don't know the person. Anyway, virtual YouTubers are known for using a digital avatar. This is so everyone is aware, to represent themselves rather than showing themselves on camera. Generally, VTubers use anime-style avatars, but some, like Code Miko, use startlingly realistic ones. Excuse me. As told by Jalora, a big point of the conversation about VTubers includes speculation that the broadcasters in questions are hiding their appearance due to potentially being perceived as unattractive by viewers. Again, who cares what people think? And also, this needs to be so a majority of people are healthy, they are wise, and they're not toxic. They're not inherently negative. And to listen to the negative people on both sides does a disservice to those in the middle. So understand, there are good people out there and that they are a majority. And we need to say that more often too. The majority of people are good people. And only a minority are bad, and we focus on the bad in society, in today's society, and sometimes that's a reflection of ourselves. We're doing a morality check. But yeah, being insecure, I was overweight in my teens, my late teens, and I turned that around. I think maximum I was 269. I've gotten down to about 185. I'm 36. I'm doing the best I can to better myself. That includes working on my appearance so I feel good. And that's what matters to me. And others may have a different way of doing it. But just because you think you're unattractive doesn't mean other people think that too. Because I know people that hated me for losing weight. I've had past relationships where people are like, "Hey Daniel, why are you losing this weight? You're fluffy. I like that. I had something to grab." I'm like, "I'm sorry." So I've some people like that stuff. You're only unattractive to yourself. Several faceless creators have come under fire for their looks and after photos of them surfaced online. as seen in the case of Minecraft star Dream and Corpse Husband. Have we all seen celebrities without their makeup? While Dream would go on to show his face to the world, Corpse Husband remains a faceless creator in hopes of protecting his privacy, something many other VTubers value due to their profession as online entertainers. Well, yeah, you guys already got my opinion on that of sorts. Excuse me. This was like 3 days ago. She's like, what the actual shit? Pokimane reveals inappropriate behavior from her video editor. Is it iMain? eMain? I guess it's iMain. Excuse me. Annies. Excuse me. I would be so funny to meet her one day. I'm sure our politics are completely sideways, but it'd be interesting to meet her just because. Famously known as Pokimane, recently dropped a major revelation about her former video editor. The streamer told a story about how one of her video editors in the past couldn't efficiently get the job done. Apparently, inappropriate thoughts got in the way, which translated into poor work ethics on the editor's end. Very. By the way, if I ever met Pokimane, and I do this with like any celebrity, like I did this with the CEO of my company one time. There was one time, and she probably, I hope she remembers me to this day. She doesn't talk to me anymore. CEO of my company, she was like visiting a site, and I came across her, and I told her that I wanted her job. I don't think she appreciated that, but I'm still with the company, right? So, my God, that's just like in the celebrities, I'll be like, and I do this with anyone who does status bullshit. Like, someone will come up to me and they'll tell me how great they are, and they'll do their past experiences, who they know, what they've done. I'll just be like, in my mind, I'm like, what shit is this? Like, what the fuck does it matter to me? I'm like, people are fucking people. I'm like, I am not lesser than you because of your status. If anything, it's the other way around. Alright. Pokimane's video editor had inappropriate thoughts about her. On a June 1st, 2024 stream, this is still so recent, huh? And again, I did shorts, if you guys can check it out, my shorts. I tried to be consistent. I actually did like 3 in a row. Pokimane opened up about the time she shockingly learned about how her former video editor had sexual desires for her. Again, she went back and forth on this. Emane talked about the time when she was still active on YouTube. Okay. During that time, she worked with several editors, considering she needed to consistently release content to her channel. Geez, you know how I deal with that? I deal with that myself. I know it's fucking exhausting. I understand that. But then there is one particular editor who piqued her interest due to the quality videos he rendered. However, she had a major concern with the editor, and that was his constant tardiness with deadlines. According to the creator, the content creator, and also, by the way, I've learned that it isn't necessary, unless you're live streaming, it doesn't necessarily matter how late your content is. It does depend what you're going to be talking about is. Like, if it's like a mega, like, huge event, you got to get that as soon as possible. But the majority of content, it's like free flow. People could be watching your content a year from now, and it could be not relevant. You know what I mean? So, some of my content that busted was going to be like an example, like an Omega thing. But the majority of my stuff, like, people watch years from now. I have content a year ago that people are still watching, and I'm like, huh. That's most of the Core Keeper stuff too. It's just longevity content, which I have to work on. A lot of my stuff is spontaneous, so I am trying my best to work on content that has longevity. Alright, so back to the editor. That particular editor would submit the video a couple weeks past the deadline. Initially, she didn't have much of a problem with it, considering that his videos were superb. Quality. But she then reached out to him to ask how she could help him be more punctual. Excuse me. Isn't that so nice of her? I'll be like, hey, dude, I'm paying you for this. What the fuck are you doing? That's why I don't want this problem to begin with. I'm very much independent. I'm independent in my politics, and I'm independent as my person. And I'm not very trusting of people. I love people. I give people a benefit of the doubt. But there is a level of trust that people do have to prove to me before I trust them. It could take years, actually. At first, she didn't know how to handle the situation, but she then realized that he could be struggling with addiction to these inappropriate desires. And women are always suckers for this. Just ask any woman. She explains on her stream that she understood how difficult it is to overcome addiction. She felt bad for the editor and didn't want to be the reason why he ended up failing in life. Who fucking gives... What the fuck? What the fuck? That's not going to do her any good. She needs to do some self-focusing there. As a result, the streamer continued to pay him for months. But then again, this is all in the past. So, I mean, she could have grown past this easily. Before ultimately parting ways. But yeah, she paid him. Excuse me. But she is paying for the content. But at the same time, people would not have felt bad about her if she completely told this dude to fuck off and not pay him. Pokimane is one of the most sexualized content creators. Let's be real here. One of the major reasons why Pokimane became popular as she is today is because of her sexual appeal. I just see a lot of hand movements, that's all. That's all I see. During her early days of streaming, the majority of her fans would sexually harass her in the stream chat. Some would constantly tell her how they desired to be with her, while others make inappropriate remarks about her body parts. This resulted in many viral fan-made compilation videos of Pokemon and her behind. Okay, sometimes it's even compilation videos of her making certain sounds while gaming, turning into a sexual thing. I mean, this is going to happen with every female ever. Eventually, she fought back and banned those users from her stream. She would even upload videos of her banning those users by exposing them and the remarks they left on her chat. These days, Pokimane will still get similar treatment from some of her audience. However, the number of harassments she receives has been reduced to a minimum thanks to her efforts to put a stop to inappropriate treatment she gets. Just have to simply just ban them, get rid of them. If you don't want that in your community, just get rid of them. All these content creators and streamers are in control of their environment. While many of her closeted fans are low-key waiting until she gives in to starting an OnlyFans page, they shouldn't expect her to do so at all, as she is now one of the most successful streamers in history. Such a historic figure is unlikely to take a degrading route. Well, yeah, that makes sense. And everyone knows these OnlyFans creators are all gonna regret what they're doing, and they're making short-term money, and they're all wasting their money probably. There's a good potential of it. You never know. Okay. So that was some of the Pokimane stuff. I guess overall, be careful who you collaborate with. Careful who is helping you with your editing process, the background stuff. Never feel pressured to upgrade your content and put your image at risk or your person at risk, your morality at risk. That's going to be my base on that. Be careful about trusting people. Verify people. Make sure you know whoever, especially if it's an editor, make sure it's a trusted or there's someone around them that trusts that person's morality. Pokimane here, she's kind of do this for attention, again, to stay relevant. And that is just something that happens with everyone. And again, Mr. Beast will be the best example of the best possible scenario, but he's still milking good content. Like he's projecting moral moral-based content, good moral-based content, but that doesn't mean that he's a moral person at all. But perceptions are everything. So, not to knock him, but to knock him. It is what it is. So let's see. Again, I'm at 223 subscribers right now. This is all my stuff. It would be nice to help my reach on the channel. Right now I have a 33% to 67% swipe away. My recent political stuff is actually, a lot of the majority of it actually has the reverse of this. It's reversed. But if you guys want to help me with like what's going to be the best reach, then that would always be appreciated. I do try not to box myself in. So I'll do content on all different sides. Even if it's something that I don't necessarily agree with, I will project the other side. It's like a devil's advocate, and it's a way to attract and to create engagement. That was like... Let's see, your channel has gotten over 71,000 views in the last 28 days. And I don't take anything for granted. Like, these are people that have watched me. And it doesn't matter if I haven't monetized it. These people have watched me. It means I've had an effect on people. Good, bad, whatever. And that is like the most amazing thing, in my opinion. This is going... Your top content in this period. I am a little disappointed that that's like the top content that people would be interested in, but at the same time, that's fine. So actually, this was kind of cool. I did know this content actually topped. So in my Barbie video last year, before I took my break, because that hit like almost like 50k views, this content right here topped the Barbie. Like, unfortunately, these are multiple videos and that was just one, but this topped it. It's kind of crazy that I actually topped last year. So there's an incline right there. I like the George Lucas popping off. I like that. I'll count that as popping up. Again, like, these are like people that are like, I don't like take anyone for granted. So the George Lucas stuff, the Sony stuff, that's the kind of stuff that kind of popped off. Even Valve and stuff like that. On my content, like 83% male, 16% female. So I like that it's kind of growing both ways, because I don't want to like just be one. Like, I mean, I'm masculine male, but I do have like a feminine side too, so I am like both, you know. Excuse me. So to the females out there that watch my content, like, you can always try to let me know what you'd like me to check out to kind of raise it a little bit, you know, because I mean, I'm a big equality guy, you know. Let's see, the majority of people watching my content in the United States. I have people watching in Canada, in the United Kingdoms, just kind of everywhere in a way. That is a pretty good percentage with the Canada, which is pretty cool. Let's see, the majority is coming from the short feeds, but I am getting a more growing percentages elsewhere, which is great. So you guys searching for me, that's always awesome. More and more of you guys searching for me, so that's all pretty cool. Daily. Let's check out the yearly. Excuse me. Yeah, these are definitely getting a lot of, yeah. Let's see right here. Oh, actually, it did get bumped up to 44%. So it actually, never mind, it did get bumped up. Whoops. Oh, that's great. More people are choosing to swipe on me. That's great. That's awesome. Appreciate it. I appreciate that kind of love. But also, it means I have to like make sure so I can't just saturate like shorts. I just can't throw shorts out there anymore. I have to be like, I have to make sure that they're quality for you guys to a certain extent. At least I'm being coherent, which is like really, really hard with ADHD. So, and also I can only throw out shorts so quickly. Like, there are shorts that I put out there that if I do too quickly, they get lost in the algorithm. Look at that. Look at that. Previous 99 days of subscribers up 2074. 999% more than previous 28 days. So I don't take anything for granted. I really don't. My likes have been up like crazy just in the last 28 days. 1.8K. Some of my biggest were like, what really changed the swipe rate were like getting like 60% swipe rates for some of those. Like all those big ones had like 60 plus. I mean, yeah, like it's almost to the point where I will like look at a video and I'll quickly see the reach rate of it immediately, and I'll be like, oh, okay, so this video is going to do well. Like almost like kind of tell now. But that doesn't mean that I could tell like the content that's going to get that reach though. So, but I think it's quality, and it just has to be relevant content because people are not stupid. People are smart. The majority of people are always smart. Excuse me. I wish there was a way to, oh wait, I can check. Oh, so also my lives are up too, so more and more people are checking out these streams, especially when I'm off air. The average duration's going pretty good. You guys are going to be the ones that help me, like what content you guys want to watch, because that thing about content creators, they're very person specific. So I'm gonna appeal to a certain type of audience that others won't. It's just inevitable, and then I go from there. It is looking like more like the political stuff, but I just don't want to get too much into it because it's very, especially nowadays, it's just getting more and more boxed in. We're getting boxed in politically. If you don't agree with this, then you're that. Like, it is what it is, but it doesn't have to be, because I know the majority of people are good. I do. I just know. But I'm really happy to see that the podcasts are doing better. And I guess I don't know, like the cording, I guess I can't say a certain site, but there's a certain, but I do post my podcasts on another site as well. And I was lucky today. I was able to go through a lot of decent amount of content, and I will like have to like, and again, I do all my work, so I'll have to like put all those intros and stuff in the descriptions and stuff, so it's like easier for you guys to like click through this to go to like whatever I streamed that you guys can like just quickly click to. So I will do that like after I get this off. Once I'll go straight to like the description, and I'll look through this video and I will get those markers down. Like I'm always going to be doing, as far as I know, like the hard work on it and all that wonderful stuff. I kind of just wanted to be able to see all the videos, and I'm like, why don't you just let me see all the videos? You know what I mean? Oh, I did learn though. 'Cause no, I did a Elon Musk short. I think it's done better. Has it done better? But it was just like the reach on it was horrible. I did like a tag with like Elon likes yeah. Anyway, but I was like checking out the reach. I'm like, it was doing better. It probably has done better as time goes on. But I'm like, so I didn't realize Elon was such a trigger word on YouTube. I'm like, oh my god. You know, I have bad things to say about Elon too. You know, I'm not just gonna put out shorts that are gonna like be pro Elon. I'm gonna put out content for like, I'm gonna do like devil's advocate, and you're not gonna like find that very often. I'll put it out there, just in case I sound like a contrarian. That's just gonna be for the people. I am an Enneagram 5 type. I am an INFJ, so I will be like very like contrarian. Like, but it's another way of saying it is devil's advocate and a sign of intelligence. By the way, for anyone, RFK Jr. is INFJ too. So now, I don't agree with everything with him, but like, you know, yeah, you can tell. You're like, oh yeah, him and Daniel are very alike. Yeah. Oh, and he just prosecutes the shit out of everyone too. Like, he's a big moral guy. Morality is very important. If you're not a good person, he's just gonna, yeah. The Bridgerton stuff always does pretty good too. It's not like as high up here. I like that when I did like the rock parodies, like Rock Apocalypse, with like little. And I like doing like little innocent stuff like that. My humor can be so innocent, you know. So, okay. With that said, just kind of. It is what it is. So today was the Thursday stream. This was episode 5. Lower on the screen. Tomorrow will be the Friday episode 6. I just kind of go spontaneous a little bit with the streams to see where they take me. I do kind of like, I may prep a little bit like on news stuff that I can go into, but it's going to be mostly spontaneous and based on the viewer too, and based on what shorts I've done. So if you see me doing like the Sony stuff, that's because I've done some Sony shorts that popped off well. The political stuff, maybe I can like, I'll probably just, you know, continue to go through like shorts and stuff until there's a certain period of time where I'll be more open to talk about it. But it's really difficult because it's gonna bring in a lot of toxicity that is gonna be hard, because I can't have people on the left and the right coming onto chat bullying people and just bot spamming crap and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't feel like it's especially if I have like the middle ground people, independents, and all these people in the middle watching and listening. Like, it's a lot of toxicity because there's a lot of hate on the far left and right. So it's like, that's where I don't want to be boxed in. I don't necessarily want to do that to like the healthy people. It's a lot to deal with. I can deal with it personally, but it's like, it's not good for the psyche. And keeping in shorts in the comments, like in my shorts, people can like hate me or love me or whatever, but they can bash me and it can stay in the shorts. The short comment threads, they can stay in there. But when it's on stream, it's just like, wow, man, you know. So, well, that may be a point in the future, but I don't know. But anyway, so you guys can feel free to check me out. This will continue to grow. I mean, it is what it is. But I'll stream, and what happens is I just go to bed tonight, and I don't set an alarm because it's my day off. So when I wake up in the morning, that's when I get stuff ready, and I get all the stuff ready myself for a stream. I do all that stuff, and then I just, once I'm ready, once I got everything set, and then I just click the button, and then I'm streaming. And so, but it will be tomorrow morning, sometime in the morning. After this, I'm gonna put up some markers for the video and then post it on another site as well. I guess can't be mentioned. I don't know if you believe the quartering. But other than that, I hope you guys appreciated it, the content, found it good. I am an introvert, so it is difficult to keep my voice going here, but I try my best. I know I always like long form videos where I'm just like, hey, there's background too as well. So I try to keep talking for that sake, regardless of my poor voice. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. I will talk to you guys again. We are Dragons. This is the DTM Online. Well, whenever I'm online, you'll see the online banner. But this is DTM Exploded, because all this content, everything that I am, my brand, that I am Daniel, it explodes. The content's exploding, so I want it to explode there. This is the Daniel Xperience, okay? So Dan's Xperience, either DTM is Dan the Man, and XP is Xperience, and loading is loading in. So Daniel's Xperience loading. That's basically the whole thing right there in front of everyone's face. Dan's Xperience, and I'm loading up. So, or uploading, either or. So again, you guys take care. This was Thursday. This was Thursday, June 6th, 2024 stream. Tomorrow will be the June 7th. It will be the episode 6. So, thank you all again for watching. Keep watching. Thanks for the love, the hate. It doesn't matter. Take care. This was my experience, and I'm Daniel.